Hi students, welcome to Vidyanagar online classes. As you all know, in our last class, we have discussed about the importance of water. Then we have also discussed how much water is available for us. And then we discussed about the various forms of water. But today, before discussing the new topic, I think you may know that most cities and towns have water supply system maintained by civic bodies. The water is collected from rivers, ponds or lakes, etc. and then this water is supplied through the network of pipes. But in many villages, they do not have such system of water supply. Their people have to fetch water directly from the sources. Even children have to walk several kilometers to fetch the water. They even can't attend the schools regularly since they have to spend hours for fetching the water. Even women have to spend hours in fetching the water. You might have seen in villages a lot of people draw water from wells, tube wells or hand pumps. But from where these sources get water? Yes, these sources get water from groundwater. So today, first of all, let us discuss about groundwater as an important source of water. Okay? Suppose you dig a hole in the ground near a water body. Okay? You dig a hole in the ground near a water body. Then you will find that the soil is moist there. What does the moisture of the soil indicate? The moisture of the soil indicates the presence of water underground. If we dig deeper and deeper, we will reach a certain level where all the spaces between the particles of soil and the gaps between rocks are filled with water. Okay? We will reach a certain level where all the spaces between particles of soils and the gaps between rocks are filled with water. And the upper level of this layer is called water table. So what is water table? In simple words, you can say that the upper level of water under the ground which occupy all the spaces in the soil and rocks is called water table. Okay? And this water table may vary from place to place. At some places, water table may be at a depth of even less than 1 meter. But at some places, it may be several meters below the ground. So, water table varies from place to place. Okay? And the water found below the water table is called groundwater. What is groundwater? The water found below the water table is called groundwater. Understood? What is the source of this groundwater? The rainwater and water from other sources such as rivers and ponds seeps through the soil and fills the empty spaces and cracks deep below the ground. And the process of seeping of water into the ground is called infiltration. What is infiltration? The process of seeping of water into the ground is called infiltration. And in this process, the groundwater gets recharged also. Okay? It is very important for the groundwater to be recharged since whole world is using it. Okay? Otherwise, there would be no groundwater left. So, in this process, groundwater gets recharged also. At some places, the groundwater is stored between layers of hard rocks below the water table. This is called aquifers. Okay? What is aquifers? At some places, the groundwater is stored between layers of hard rocks below the water table. This is called aquifers. Waters in the aquifers can be usually pumped out with the help of tube wells or hand pumps. Now I want to ask you, from where does the workers get water for the construction purposes? Yes, the workers also use groundwater sources for the construction purposes. Understood? Now let us discuss about the depletion of water table. Suppose you keep on drawing the water from under the ground. Will it affect the water table? Water table will not get affected as long as water is sufficiently replenished. But water table may go down or water table may deplete if the water is not sufficiently replenished. That means if the water is not again filled by the natural processes, then water table may deplete. Okay. Now can you tell me some of the factors that is responsible for the depletion of water table? Yes, increasing population, agricultural activities, industrial activities, less rainfall, deforestation, etc. They are the factors that are responsible for the depletion of water table. So now let us discuss the most important factors that are responsible for the depletion of water table. First one is increasing population. As you all know, the population is increasing day by day. So the demands for houses, shops, offices, etc. they are also increasing day by day. And as a result, open areas like parks, playgrounds are decreasing. So seepage of rainwater into the ground is also decreasing. As you all know, the pakka floor does not allow the water to seep into the ground easily. Even in the construction processes, a huge amount of groundwater is required. So on one hand, we are consuming more and more groundwater, and on the other hand, we are allowing the less water to seep into the ground. So this results in the depletion of water table. Understood? So increasing population is one of the most important factor that is responsible for the depletion of water table. Now another factor that is responsible for the depletion of water table is increasing industries. As you all know, water is required by all the industries. Almost everything we use require water in its production processes. And you know that number of industries is increasing continuously. And in most of the industries, water is drawn from the ground. So this also results in the depletion of water table. So increasing industry is also responsible for the depletion of water table. Now another factor that is responsible for the depletion of water table is agricultural activities. As you all know, in India most of the farmers depend upon rains to irrigate their crops. In very few places there are irrigation systems such as canal and all, but these systems also suffer due to less rainfall. So most of the farmers use groundwater for irrigation. And as you all know, population is increasing day by day. So population pressure on agriculture forces increasing use of groundwater day by day. So this also results in depletion of water table. Understood? So what are the factors that we have discussed responsible for depletion of water table? Yes, increasing population, increasing industries and agricultural activities. Okay? Now let us talk about the distribution of water. Do you think the water is distributed equally all over the world? No, the water is not distributed equally all over the world. Some places have good amount of rainfall and they are water rich, while some places at the same time do not receive good amount of rainfall, like deserts and all. They receive very less rainfall. Okay? If you talk about India, India is a vast country. There are certain regions which receives good amount of rainfall, but at the same time there are some regions which receives very less rainfall. And we know that excessive rains may cause floods and the absence of rain may cause droughts. So there are certain regions which may have floods and there are certain regions which may have droughts at the same time in India. So we can say that the distribution of water is quite uneven across the globe. Okay. So what are the topics which we have covered today? First of all, we discussed about the groundwater as an important source of water. Then we discussed about the depletion of water table. And then finally we discussed about the distribution of water. Okay. So that's all in today's class. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.